Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about the risks and problems that might occur for my business. For the graphic elementals graphic designing company I have in mind, there's probably going to be some problems with cybersecurity, but I'll get to that later. I'm going to focus on the physical aspect right now, which is like floods, storms, or robbery. We should definitely consider keeping the store secure because there's a lot of materials and supplies in there, and we don't want anyone breaking in and stealing anything. Obviously, another thing is that we should maybe consider getting insurance or finding a good location for the company because storms and floods are pretty popular in South Florida and they can happen anywhere actually. So it's important to keep that in mind. And it's significant to actually keep things prepared in case they actually do happen. Cybersecurity, as I said before, is a pretty big problem, especially if you work in the tech industry. There's a lot of ways your data can get stolen or your identity can get stolen. We're working with people's private designs, and we want to make sure that's secure because if it gets out, then it could be a problem for their business and reputation. Also, we want to make sure that the people involved, the employees, are good at managing this. How likely is it to happen? Cybersecurity is a pretty big problem right now. There's been a lot of hacks and loss of data. So we really want to make sure our website is secure and our employees know what to do in case there's been some interruption or event that could cause people's private information to come out or the data or designs could get stolen by hackers maybe. So we would definitely want to make sure that they know how to prevent that. We also want to pick the right location too, because as I said before, there could be floods or hurricanes, heavy storms or rain. But besides that, I don't think it's going to be a huge problem. There shouldn't be that many storms that could negatively impact the office. For the problem management, I said that we should definitely find people, IT specialists, who can handle any hacks, any loss of data, any loss of information. They should also put up antivirus on their computers, and that goes for all employees because they're working online and they're creating a lot of designs for people. So we don't want that getting out. I also think that the IT specialists probably know more about preventing any disruptions than I do. So hiring them and finding the right qualifications is going to be essential to the success of the company. Uh, I also want to make sure that each employee knows at least some basic computer skills and how to make sure that what they're working on is safe and how to prevent any information from leaking out or being attacked. Um, there could be communication problems too with the customers because there's a lot of minority populations here in South Florida and a lot of them might not speak English. So I think communication is another essential aspect of this business. Finding the right kind of people with the right temperament and being patient with the customers and clients is going to be very significant because it might take some time for them to understand what you're saying and what you're trying to sell them and how they want their product to look and what designs they choose. So being able to talk to them and being patient with their concerns is going to be a pretty important step for how this company turns out. And that goes for IT specialists and graphic designers because they'll both be working with the customers. For the project timing, I think the first 6 months will be startup and hiring staff, finding the right venue, buying supplies, getting the website up and running, which is going to be a pretty big part of it because that's how most people get information nowadays, and also social media, which is why the IT specialists and the graphic designers will be working together, because we want to make sure that they're on the same page and they're able to collaborate all of their ideas together. The objectives and deadlines of the next 6 months, after the initial 6 months, will be just us preparing the office and getting all of our supplies ready for the clients, and then we can actually start getting people out there and having people come in, and trying to talk to them about designs and starting out working on creating the product and improving it, because most likely, since we're all going to be pretty new to this well, not new, but we're going to need some practice because we're all a little bit inexperienced in combining these two concepts of digital advertising and graphic designing with collaboration from the customers. So we want to make sure that we have enough time to actually get accustomed to it. Well, we also want to make sure that we're able to communicate well and find the right type of clients who agree with what we're doing and also know what they want in return. So that way we can have a much more effective communication with them. We can also work with nonprofits, as I said in some of the other videos, and that should expand our customer base, clientele, in the end. By the end of the year, I think we'll have a running business. We'll probably need time to actually start making a profit, but I definitely think 1 year is enough for us to actually have this business up and running. For contingency plans, I think we should consider some insurance maybe. I didn't really account for that in the budget, but it's something to keep in mind. And also, I think the employees we hire are going to be qualified, so that should reduce some of the problems, but I know it won't solve all of them. Yeah, I think we're prepared for it because a lot of people in the IT department already know how to solve like data breaches and all that, so it should be fine. And this is going to be the last video discussion, and I actually kind of enjoyed it.